couple of you that are looking pretty loyal. My name is Nicki Heskin. I'm the Member Services Director of New Entrepreneurs. New is a women's business networking group. We started out in West Los Angeles. We do have a monthly meeting every month in Santa Monica. We also have a monthly meeting, pretty new one. We'll be having our third meeting in March of San Gabriel Valley, which is hosted by the lovely Cristiano, who was a wonderful find of ours several months ago and has become an incredible addition to our organization and a real service to the women of San Gabriel Valley. We're very excited about that. We also have a chapter up in Agora Hills, Conejo Valley area. And we have chapters coming within the year, hopefully within the next several months, in Orange County. Come on in. In Orange County, possibly in San Diego. We're looking at, again, at the San Fernando Valley. We also have chapters right now developing nationwide in Boston, in DC, in Baltimore. So that's a really exciting avenue for us. There's women kind of popping up all over the country who want to bring our message out to the women near them. So we're very excited about that. If what we do today speaks to you and you know of women in other parts of the country, I encourage you to invite them to subscribe to our newsletter. It's free, and that's how we'll disseminate the information as news starts to reach different parts of the country in person. So what I'm here to do with you today is intention networking. And I just wanted to give you a tiny bit of history so you can see the organic way that this activity grew up. And I think that's a big part of why it's so powerful with the people who do it. Intention networking grew from our desire to serve our members with some sort of networking activity. But we didn't want to just do a networking mixer, because every networking group does a networking mixer. And our goal is really to provide what they need that's unique. So we thought, well, there's really no point in going down that path if we're not going to deliver something to them that's different and that provides something more than what they can already get walking around, shaking hands and, passing out business cards, which just really isn't us, I have to say. So when people kept asking us to do a networking mixer, we ended up having several conversations with members. And one of the things that we've always done each December is intention. We throw away our normal speaker format. And we have about 60 to 80 women in the room. It's really fantastic. And Catherine, our last speaker, mentioned the power of speaking your intentions out loud. And that's what we did together. We wrote them down and we spoke them out loud. And the piece she didn't mention, which I think is actually the most powerful part, is when you speak them out loud, the people who are listening to those intentions need to be hearing them for you as though they've already happened. And I think that's really what puts the power behind them to manifest and to really come true. And like she said, we really do hear those stories in a matter of days, in a matter of weeks, in a matter of a month. It's really pretty incredible and something we love hearing about. So we had that activity every December, but then we never did anything with it. And we would like hearing people would come back next December and say, oh, it came true and I'm here to do my next one. But we kind of decided that intentions are something that you need to live with. They need to grow with you. They need to be with you all year long. You need to have an opportunity to release intentions that are no longer serving you, to check in, to redevelop, to recognize and celebrate intentions that have already come to fruition, and take the time to set yourself something new so you're not just kind of wandering free for the rest of the year. So what we started doing in New is we did a half-year check-in, and we did that in July, and it was our first time, and we did it at a networking format event, and for us it was a way to really smacking the microphone, isn't that lovely? We did it in a way to give the event that really sort of special. Our events are really all about women building relationships. And that was a way for us to be able to bring something really valuable into a networking format and give women that opportunity to build a networking relationship that was built upon something really, really meaningful. And not just, hi, I'm so-and-so, do you ever use a printer? I'm a printer, which is just not where. So I'm really excited to be able to kind of bring this out of that setting and just give you a little taste of what it is that we do. So the first thing, like I said, I want you to do is come grab a chair and come form a circle. So this is something that we do together.
We're going to form a circle. Come on, join us. We're going to form a circle. Come on, join us. We're going to form a circle. We're going to form a circle. Come on, join us. We're going to form a circle. Come on, join us. We're going to form a circle. Come on, join us. We're going to form a circle. Come on, join us. We're going to form a circle. Come on, join us. We're going to form a circle. Come on, join us. We're going to form a circle. Come on, join us. We're going to form a circle. Come on, join us. We're going to form a circle. Come on, join us. We're going to form a circle. Come on, join us. We're going to form a circle. Come on, join us. We're going to form a circle. Come on, join us. We're going to form a circle. Come on, join us. We're going to form a circle. Come on, join us. We're going to form a circle. Come on, join us. We're going to form a circle. Come on, join us. We're going to form a circle. Come on, join us. We're going to for It's part of the circle.
Fine.
Am I blocking you? Should I?
No, you're fine. I'm fine. You're fine. All right, if you're going to be in the room, you got to come do it too. Let me give you a. Okay. Okay. So the first thing we're going to do, because now we've been moving furniture, is just stop for a moment. Stop and let's look at where we are. This is February, what are we, the 10th?
Yes.
February 10th. So we're pretty much at the beginning of 2006. I don't know about you guys, but I have had a lot of trouble kicking off this year. I don't know if it's just me or if there's something in the energy right now that I haven't even quite accepted 2006, much less being most of the way through the first quarter. So it's been, I'm having a tough time. I set my intention in December and I've probably done mostly nothing. So I think this is a time to really slow down, to start to focus on where we are, look at the year as a whole, and get a real visual image of what that physically looks like, what's ahead of you, what's behind you. Now, for those of you, how many of you set formal intentions for 2006? How many of you were involved in a group that did that? Okay. How many of you set, resolutions? Just, New Year's resolutions, that kind of thing. Maybe not quite as formal as intentions, but a lot of people do them. Go to the gym, good stuff like that. How many of you are in a gym that gets just crazy in January? Right? And then you start to see how intentions are different from resolutions and how doing things in a group can make a difference, because all those people set a resolution and starting about now, you're probably seeing less of them at your gym, which is the importance sometimes of doing things together. So for those of you who haven't, we're going to have a little bit of space to create that right now. For those of you who had, go ahead and revive the intentions that you worked on at the end of December, and you can start from there, which is great. That's really the point of the intention networking activity, is to carry that through the year with you. So for those of you who haven't, what we're going to do is think about our intentions, and even for those of you who have, because you may not have framed it this way, think about our intentions kind of in 4 different ways. So we're going to look at intentions in the areas of personal fulfillment, of business fulfillment, if you have a business, or if you have a job, and not an entrepreneur. Usually we're working with entrepreneurs. If you're not an entrepreneur, you can think of it in terms of career fulfillment, financial fulfillment, and spiritual fulfillment. Now we're only going to share one of these in the circle today, but you can think about your intentions either now or today in all 4 different areas, because they're all slightly different in your life. And we don't have a lot of rules. The only rule we have about your intention is it should be specific. World peace, what will you do to increase world peace would be more, I want to make more money. What kind of money? How? How much? What's your real goal there? So once be specific, and most importantly, before you start writing, phrasing is very important. You need to think about your intention stated as though it has already happened. And I'll give you an example. I did this activity in December, and for me, in the area of spiritual fulfillment in 2006, I have allowed myself to embrace and accept the wonderful things in my life and rid myself of my culturally inherited notions that when things are going well, I'm just waiting for the other shoe to drop. This is what's happening for me in 2006. In the area of financial fulfillment, in 2006, my annual family income has exceeded 6 figures for the first time. So you can kind of see what I'm talking about in terms of your phrasing. You're looking at 2006 and you're stating intentions that have already happened when you look forward into the year. So I'm going to give you a little bit of time to work in those areas. If this is new to you, you might want to just pick one and focus there. If you've already done this, you can kind of look how the intentions you've set might fit into those areas, and then start to focus in on the one you want to work with today. Um, okay, so now that was intention setting. And if this were primarily an intention setting exercise, what you would generally find, for example, what we do at our December meeting, is the next step would be to go around and speak those intentions out loud, to put them out there into the universe, and to allow the other people in the room to see those for you and to help them become reality right there in that room. Now, this is a networking exercise, and this is what makes this activity really unique. How many of you brought business cards today? Okay, doesn't have business cards. Okay, well, I'm going to give you, if you didn't bring business cards, you're going to need to take a stack of a little paper, or you can rip them in half if you want, because they're a little bit big. You'll need one piece of paper for each other person that's in the room. So I'll just go ahead and pass them around. How many of us are there? 1, 2, 3.
8 in the circle.
8 in the circle.
Including you, it's 9.
Including me, it's 9. Okay, so
One piece of paper?
you're going to need 8.
Oh, 8? Okay.
8 paper, and you can tear them in half. Right, if you don't have business cards to use for this activity. If you do, then take out 8 business cards. So, and you can save yourself a little trouble. And what you're going to need to do, and you can kind of do this while I'm talking if you're listening, is you just need to kind of put, the same sort of contact information that you might have on a business card, because what you'll see is people may want or need to reach you after this activity, because what we're going to do is really put people together in a meaningful way around these intentions. So actually I'm going to sit down. Christiane, I realized because we're just in one circle, I'll just go ahead and, okay. I don't know what mine was all over the place. Okay. And I'm going to need something to write with, aren't I? Does anyone else have a spare pen, which will save me 10 years?
There was one stuck under there. Paperwork. He has one.
Okay. Because I have a mommy purse. I have to read little Mickey Mouse figurines and, whatnot to find a pen. I remember when I was back in my past life in the work world, my boss was going through her purse once on a conference table and pulled out a pair of toddler underwear. And I remember thinking, that'll never be me. And I got to tell you, I'm a couple months from the toddler underwear in my purse. So it's an interesting life. Okay, so is everyone settled with one thing they feel like they want to work with today? Have you kind of identified what you want to share, what you want some help with, what you want some support with? So what we're going to do now is we're going to take a few minutes with that intention. If you need another card, if you filled up all the space, you can definitely take another one. And we're going to write down 3 single powerful sentences. Not a whole story, not a whole backstory, just 3 really powerful sentences. The first sentence is going to start with, my intention for 2006 is. Okay, and you're going to be restating. Does anyone want another card for this part of it? Okay. We're going to be restating the one intention that you've chosen to work with today. So my intention for 2006 is. The second part of that statement, which I've pretty much already admitted for me is really nothing, is going to be so far in 2006 I have, as it relates to that intention. Any you've already done that relates to that intention, any changes, any progress already towards the realization of that intention. And the last one is the fun one. The one thing, capital letters, 1, the one thing I most need right now to realize this intention is. And go ahead and put it out there, state it explicitly, because you don't know in this room who knows who or who knows what, to help provide that one thing that right now you need. Now, if your intention is, I want to make $100,000, $100,000 is not the answer to that question. So you want to think of maybe a little bit more incrementally. What do you need right now that's going to help move you along to that intention that others in the room might be able to help you with? So think about those things for a minute. Again, my intention for 2006 is, so far in 2006, I have the one thing I most need right now to realize this intention is. Raquel, have you done this with us before? Have you been at either of the extravaganzas? It's a very different energy when it's one circle than when there's several circles working around the room. I never thought about it. So it's a very much more intimate energy. Okay. So now, here's what's going to happen, because I haven't quite explained the business cards. We have one business card for the person in the room. Normally at this point I would have to be hammering people not to start passing them around and shaking hands, but since we're small we've kept it under control. What we're each going to do is each of us are going to give our name, and if you have a business or if you're working on a career more, state the name of your business or the name of your career or job. Not kind of a whole elevator speech, but just the name, just to give us a grounding in who you are and what you do professionally, and it's possible that that's the area you've selected from, that's what you're working on here today. And then you're going to share your intention. Now it's really, really important, I mentioned this once, when a person reads their intention, it's your job to remember to listen from that place of seeing it, really seeing it, hearing it and seeing it for them as already completed. If you're new to this kind of thinking, it's maybe a little, trust me, it makes all the difference. It really does. It makes all the difference in helping that person really start to have that intention just build up into reality. So you're listening from a place as though it's already done. You're going to read your intention, and then you're going to read your other two sentences as well. After each person takes their turn, what you're going to do is flip over your business cards onto the back, either your business cards or wherever you've written your conversation, onto the blank side. And what you're going to write onto the back of it is either a resource or a reference that you know of, that you may be aware of, that came to your mind when that person spoke, what they needed, that can help them to achieve that intention. Even if it just kind of leads them to someone else, just something that you think could be a link in their path to achieving that intention. Now, just so you don't feel under too much pressure, if you don't have something for it, or if it's a more personal intention that isn't something that you can, give them really a resource for, then what you're going to write for them is some kind of affirmation or whatever else that you felt for them, what you really truly felt for them when you were hearing them speak that intention, so that they can take that out of here with them, which is really as valuable a resource as anything else that someone can provide.
So are we giving people's cards back to them?
And then we're gonna, when everyone's done with the person, the cards will get passed in and they get to take those home with them.
Okay, so we don't actually take other people's business cards with us.
Well, when it's over, you will have one from
Which
each
you
person
handed
in the
out.
group
Okay.
that's filled out the back when it was your turn.
Got it.
Does that make sense? So, slightly more meaningful than a handshake and an exchange, we think. I've done this twice now, and I had 8 people at the first table, 10 people at the second time we did it, and I have, 9 plus 7, 16 business cards taped up onto the wall next to my desk. I really like looking at them. It really makes you feel like those people are there with you, kind of cheering you on. So, okay, so I guess I will go first. You kind of already heard my intention. My name is Nicki Heskin, and I am the Member Services Director for New. But what I didn't say, I'm also the owner of a very, very infant company called Learned Parenting, which is a web resource center for parents seeking respectful parenting, learned parenting, seeking respectful parenting choices. And as I mentioned, one of my intentions for 2006 is to have my family's annual income exceed 6 figures for the first time. Toward that goal, my husband got his raise, which definitely takes a little pressure off me. But what I've done is really start to think about how my company can not just be of service, but really start to, earn some revenue. And part of the way that we're probably going to do that is I'm looking toward publishing a book, actually in the Love Your Life model, a compilation book, and I'm seeking women who are in parenting businesses, products or services or coaching or midwifery or lactation, any of those sorts of respectful attachment sort of parenting fields that might be interested in becoming published authors and sharing their knowledge with other parents who are looking for better ways that they know are out there. And the one thing I most need, I did that. I guess I did them all. So that's all.
So what do you need from me?
I need connections to other women who are in those sorts of, I guess it could be men, but it's probably mostly going to be women.
Of those kind of
Who are in
businesses.
parenting support businesses in ways that support respectful parenting, who might want to get themselves out there.
You want us to put on the back of one of our cards things that...
Either if you know someone or know of a resource that might lead me to those women, or if you don't know anything like that, just, I don't know, what you think. Yeah, I mean, the goal is really just to put out what that brought up for you when you hear the person speak. So we're going to just take about 30 seconds for that, and then we will go to the next person. Yeah, and we'll just pass them to around the circle.
When at the very end?
No, otherwise it gets to be a jumble of,
Right.
yeah. I always like to read them later. I feel like I'm carrying around this little bundle of energy.
The solution is in there.
Somewhere in there, there's inspiration. I'm going to sit down and absorb it all at once.
I'm not finished.
It's all right, don't worry.
We actually have plenty of time. This isn't really a 45-minute exercise, so.
Well, you know what?
But afterwards, yeah, there's more talking that can be done out of format usually, afterwards, so.
And do I put my name on the other side, right?
Yeah, name in some way theoretically to contact you. Is anyone else still working?
I'm just finishing writing.
Okay, which way do we want to go? Who wants to jump in?
I don't care, I'll go. Okay. Well, my intention is to take...
Oh, what's your name?
Oh, I'm sorry. Marion Winter, that's my name. I was going to have you all guess. My intention is to take the California real estate exam. I qualify to take it, and what I have to do is make the appointment to take the test, and then go from there.
What can we help you with?
I guess support in just that, proceed, carry on, do something about it.
Okay, so we'll write you an intention.
Okay.
Tell us your name again.
Marion Winter. And that's an O-N.
Thank you. I just fixed it.
Any more cards? Do we have everyone's?
Yes, I do.
You're at Christian.
Okay. Well, I've got tons of them, but I'm going to pick my business one. I will have collected 3,000 contacts for my business. I'm sorry, I'm Christiane Holbrook. I run a business coaching company called Legacy in Action, and I really committed my life to helping overwhelmed and overworked, burned out business owners regain their lives back, and often with that, regain their family back. And then after a short stay with me, to boost their profits, but in a more controlled way. So I think the biggest obstacle to really bring it out now in larger seminars is that my mailing list, my contact list is too small. So my 2006 goal is to not so much recruit new clients, which seem to work just fine, but to really work on getting my mailing list up. I will have 3,000 contact mail, with which I can fill my workshops easily and put that in a very fun way. What I've done so far, wow, this was actually a really nice exercise because I thought I'd done nothing, but I did. I created a free ebook that as of Monday we're sending out to hundreds of potential strategic alliances, marketing, graphic designers, copywriters, people that approach business success in a different way to the same target group. We're all helping business owners to become successful, but if they're so overwhelmed and so burned out, what happens is they never do their marketing, they never learn how to copyright, they never do what needs to be done. And so I created an ebook as a support for those alliances, and my hopes are that they will be well received. And what I could really use is, if you have any contact of anybody in the field to help other business owners be successful, who might be interested in either building a strategic alliances via a telecourse or would be interested in my book, that would be really great. Any type of win-win situation. If you don't know anybody, just tell me I'm doing the right thing, please.
We're partway through this exercise. It's actually an interactive exercise, but if you want, you're welcome to sit, participate for the people that are here in kind of this section of it.
Okay.
So, do you have business cards?
Do I have a business card?
Do you have business cards
I
with you?
do, but I'm not sure if I have any on me.
Okay. If not, we have blank papers that you can use, but using our business cards is part of the exercise.
Oh, good. Search. Google. All right.
But feel free to pull up a chair. Just to remind you guys, when we do speak, please do try to stay in format, because actually I didn't think it was a very long exercise, but there's still several of us left to go, and we have about 10 to 15 more minutes, so we could stretch it to 15. We want to get the rest of the way around the circle, so everyone has that opportunity.
Okay, my name is Jim Haig, and actually I'm the webmaster for the website for this expo.
Ooh, nice job.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Good job. Yes,
And if only they paid me for it. that's really it. My goal is to, I have an exact number, have $105,345 in my company bank account. By the end of this year. Yeah.
Okay, that's specific of it.
Nice.
Yeah, and so that is my intention. So basically, what I need is couple of big projects and lots of contacts. Of course, I'm also involved in a lot of networking groups too. So one of them is called LACY, which is Enlightenment Entertainment, and it's called the LA Chamber of Enlightenment Entertainment, and also ISELA, which is the Institute of Spiritual Cinema, which we have a booth out there. So a lot of that stuff. So basically, I'm just promoting my own networking clubs. And so, but what I need is more people who are looking for graphic work and web design and things of that nature. And eventually, we're going to film services.
Jim?
Jim, yes.
And Jim, that was a terrific example. How to present this.
Okay, ready for me?
Yes.
My name is Tricia Green, and my intention for 2006 is to develop my company, which is Be Totally Free. I have a brochure for everybody if you'd like one, which helps people with eating disorders and addictions. It comes from personal experience, but I would like to develop, it's a nonprofit corporation, and I would like to develop Be Totally Free into a thriving, growing organization that produces an ongoing stream of recoveries. And we do have an ongoing stream, but it's a small stream based on my marketing efforts. So, so far in 2006, I've focused more on the work itself with individuals, but I am the marketing person, and I need to, the thing I most need is to bring more people to our website, really to get the word out about our services so people come to our website. Our website is a place where people can learn about what we do and sort of explore it themselves. And so I need links, like I need to exchange links with many, websites. I'm new to LA, so I need a lot of opportunities in which to speak and to really just shout from the rooftops that we have an opportunity to help people. We don't actually charge any money for the help we offer, so that's pretty unique. Simon.
What's for 8 o'clock? We'll start.
Where do you live?
I live in Valencia, but we do this all throughout Los Angeles. I plan on coming to all your now meetings. Oh.
everyone close enough that we can go to wrap up?
My name is Raquel Smith, and I'm a values alignment coach with Golden Life Coaching, which is my company. My intention for 2006 is to make 10,000 per month. So far, I'm not close. And the one thing I need right now to realize this intention is more clients and more speaking engagements, seminars.
I want to make sure everyone gets started close enough that I want to make sure we're all listening to the person who's talking. So are we close enough right here? We can.
My name is Patty Dumas, and I'm a network marketing representative for USANA Health Sciences. And my intention for 2006 is to have 5 new associates. Our business model is a business, and you have 2 business centers under you, and each of those business centers has 2 business centers under them. And I have 1 under me. I need to get another one, and then I need to help those people get to for each of them to get to. So far in 2006, I've presented to my associates business partners, and they're interested in the product so far, but I haven't been an associate. And I've invited another prospect that might be to workshops, and I'm going to give a presentation in her home. And the one thing I need now really is at least one person interested in nutrition, wellness, health, that also wants to start their own business. That would be my next associate.
Last but definitely not least. We have just a few moments to go through this and then we'll.
Okay, my name is Yoshimura Matsu. I'm an event lecture seminar coordinator and also role vegan distributor. And my event is to meet new people at the new locations and and also my job is kind of hobby, so I need to do more professionally. And so far, 2006, I have helped my teachers. I helped set up my teachers class at a new location, and
What do you most need?
okay. I need a vacation. Great.
Okay.
Eventually, I want to have a class at the center, very spiritual places like Hawaii or Sedona or places like that.
Is that where you want your vacation?
Well, I don't have a mini vacation.
Oh, this is fun. There you go. So while we're finishing up, I just wanted to say thank you all for sharing. We'll be doing an event, an activity very similar to this in a huge room full of women on March 2nd in Santa Monica. I encourage you to come join us, kind of get the full scope of what our networking extravaganzas and our intention networking have to offer. I definitely heard some here who I think our women would love. So I'd love to see you again, and I hope that you enjoyed the experience. If you know of women who would benefit from intention networking, please do pass it on. I have a yellow flyer up here that has some information on you and our upcoming March events. And I hope to see some or all of you again.
Yes, that was really quite an interesting experience. I haven't done any